Hey fellas, today we're talking about eBay. I'm going to tell you why you need to still be on eBay, why you should be selling on eBay, because there's a lot of money to be made on eBay. I know they got a new director and they have fees or whatever and stupid rules now, but you can still make a ton of money on eBay. Okay? I mean, it's like you have a commercial broadcast to the world. You don't have to worry about getting targeted traffic to a place where you're going to sell your crap. It's eBay. Everyone goes there. They get thousands of views a day, okay? You need to be on eBay. Now, I'm sure a lot of you sell stuff around your house, some random junk, and that's all fine and dandy until you run out of stuff, okay? That's when, if you want to actually make a profitable eBay business, you're going to have to do, buying and reselling, You gotta have to go buy stuff. It's called an initial investment, and if you're scared of that, leave. It's not gonna be a big investment, but I mean, give me some. All right, and I'm gonna talk today about a few methods of buying and reselling. First and foremost, by far the best way to buy and resell that I've used is liquidation. You see these commercials on TV with liquidation blowout sales for stuff that's going out of business. You got to take advantage of that stuff. You got to go to those places and find these crazy deals. You can get stuff for like 60 to 80% off. And if you get something for 80% off, let's cover this real quick. Okay, let's say there's a stereo that retails for $100, and you get it for 80% off. You buy it for 20 bucks. You go on eBay and you list it for half price. Everyone's going to be like, and they're going to bid on it like crazy, and it's going to sell every time. No matter what, it's going to sell every single time. If you list it for half price, and it usually goes for $100, you list it for 50 bucks, you're going to get $30 profit if you bought it for 80% off. And usually it's going to go for a lot more than half price. It might go for 80 bucks or something. That's $50 profit. What if you bought 10 of those things and sold them for 80 bucks each? That's a $500 profit. That's some good stuff right there, okay? Let me just go ahead and tell you. With liquidation alone, I could make probably $2,500 a month. Back in the day. I don't really do that much eBay anymore. But a couple years ago, I was big into eBay. And on liquidation sales alone, I could get it away with $2,500 a month on average. Now, before you run off to some liquidation sale, you need to go online and look at what they're selling, how cheap you're going to be able to get it. Then go on eBay, type in the item that you're looking for, and see what it's going for on eBay. If it's going for the same price that you can get it at the liquidation store, you can't buy that. You're not going to make anything. Just use common sense. You got to do some market research before you run off to these things. If they don't have a website, you can always have someone at home sitting by the phone with a computer, call them up, say, hey, look up this item, see what it's going for, And that's what you need to base all your decisions on. All your buying decisions need to be based on your market research, what you've looked up on eBay, and how much you can get it for. See if you can be happy with the profit that you're going to make. It needs to be at least 70% off, I think, if you're going to do a liquidation sale. You need to get, and don't go buy an iPod and try to resell it. That is so stupid. Whatever you do, don't sell mainstream items. Don't sell iPods and guitars and laptops. You know why? Because half the world is selling those things. How are you going to compete with that? Go on eBay and type in iPod. You're going to get like 1 billion results. Everyone's selling iPods. And you know what? There's people out there with eBay businesses based solely on iPods. They sell iPod Nanos. And they probably got this contract with the manufacturer where, they buy them in big bulk wholesale lots and get this huge deal on them, and they can list them for dirt cheap. Like, you can't. You can't afford to list stuff for as cheap as they can. Okay? I mean, if you want to go make an iPod business, be my guest, but it's not going to be easy, and it's going to be some big investment. Alright? There's, so much better ways to sell stuff on eBay. You need to be looking for unique, specific items that you never thought would sell. Stuff, just random crap. One time I sold these desk lamps, at the base of them, they had like a robot in the middle. And everybody thought it was cool. They sold like crazy. It was like a little robot that did this in the middle of the lamp. I bought them for about $5 each. First I just bought one and I listed it. and it sold for 25 bucks. I went back to that online place and I bought 100 of those things and made a killing. I mean, I made a ton of money off of those things. I mean, it was crazy. I mean, that's the kind of stuff you got to find. You got to realize that you're always hunting for stuff. If you have an eBay business, you don't just have a steady job. You're always got to be looking for stuff. You know, unique crap to sell. And I know a lot of people have trouble thinking of stuff to sell. They're like, oh, I don't know of anything unique. Well, just here's what I like to do. Take all the stuff that you originally thought you would be selling, like the junk around your house. You might have a guitar or something you're going to sell. Just take all that and throw it out of your head, okay? Forget about it. Now think of all the stuff that you never thought would sell. Just random stuff. Like look around in the room that you're in and just look at random stuff that you thought would never sell. Like a light bulb, or I don't know, a stool with cherries on it, or a shower curtain with machine guns on it or something. I don't know. Weird stuff that's unique and specific. You can even do collectibles. Those are really good to sell. If you can get them for a good price. Now, the second method of buying and reselling I want to talk about is drop shipping. Drop shipping, a lot of people fail with it because they don't know what they're doing. But let me tell you, it can be a luxury if you do it right. It is a time saver and a money saver, but most people can't do it. I'm just going to tell you that right now because they make one simple mistake. They go to these huge, popular, reputable drop shippers, and they start buying their stuff to drop ship. And then they go look on eBay, and they see that their stuff is selling for the same price they just bought it for. You know why that's not going to work? Because the whole world is buying from that drop shipper, and they're already selling stuff on eBay. They beat you to it. You can't go to these well-known drop shippers and expect to make any money. Alright? You got to find these things that are like no one knows about. Go find some drop shippers that no one knows about. You might say, well, how am I going to do that? Go to Google, type in a product plus drop shipper, go to like the 1000th page of results, and look for stuff that's in the dark, stuff that no one's ever heard about. If you can't do that, you can always call up a company that has really good deals and ask if they'll drop ship for you. Say there's like an importer. Importers are a good place to get some cheap stuff, you know. Contact one of those guys. Say, hey, I sell stuff on eBay. Would you be willing to drop ship for me? You know what drop shipping is, right? It's where, you know, a company will warehouse your products, put them in a separate inventory, and when you make a sale, you send them the address and they ship it for you for like a $5 fee, which is a deal, you know, because shipping costs more than that usually if you can get it for a $5 fee, which that's what I used to do. I used to charge $5, or I used to pay $5 for if they would drop ship my stuff. I would, whenever I was working out the little contracts or whatever, and so that's a great way to make a lot of money on eBay with a lot less time because you're not having to ship stuff. Another thing is refurbished goods. That stuff can do very well. If you go to a retail store, go to an online retail store, go to their refurbished section, they're going to have all this crap that's used, and they probably won't be able to sell it, so it's going to be for a cheap price. Go ahead and buy that stuff. First, look it up, see if you can get a profit. Always just look things up on eBay, see how much it's going for, see if it's selling or not, and see if you can make a profit from it. If you can, great, get some. Now, before you start selling, you need to get your feedback. Your eBay feedback needs to get up because that'll raise your prices like crazy. People will know that you're reputable. They'll know that you're trustworthy, that you're a good seller, and it's vital to your success on eBay. I mean, the easiest way to get it up, just let me tell you, is not by selling. You don't need to just start selling stuff and get it up like that. Take $20 and go buy a ton of ebooks, like 60, 70-cent ebooks, just a ton of them, from different sellers each. Make sure it's from a different seller so you can give feedback each time. Once you buy it for like 60 cents, give them positive feedback, they'll give you positive feedback. If you do like 30 of those, you're going to have 30 positive feedback, and that's going to look really good when you're selling stuff. People are going to know that you're a good seller, you're not going to scam them or something. And it's really a good reassurance, you know, for the buyer. And it's gonna let them bid a lot higher.